there are multiple generations in the workforce right now, and there's all this talk about how we're so different, but in reality, we just all want the same thing.
Exactly. I think we all want a job that gives us a sense of purpose, achievement, and a reason for going in every day. Seeing, people my age, maybe we're a little bit more tech savvy and kind of live in a very digitally native space. We want more flexibility, better work life balance, things like that. And your generation maybe is a little bit
Well,
more pen and paper and 9 to 5 and things like that.
I need a printer now.
Exactly. A scanner, a fax
I need a
machine.
scanner. Well, not a fax. So maybe that's the next generation. But no, but I think that that's very true. So your generation is very much Gen Z is very much on flexibility and balance and purpose in the work that they do. Where I think Gen X wants a little bit more stability, respect. That we still want work life balance, but I don't think it's as far as Gen Z wants work life balance, and that's just because
Exactly.
of the environment that we were working in was more you I'm going to say punch in, but you punch in and you punch out, and it was much more rigid. There really wasn't this work life balance of working from home or, taking a half day off or anything like that, that there is now.
Right. I mean, I think if we need to go to the doctor, run an errand midday, leave midday and then come back and maybe work a little bit or kind of flex your day a little bit to work our needs into the day and not have to do it in the evening or things like that.
hmm And there's even just a difference of, like you were saying, about how we're looking for jobs. I mean, everybody wants to find work that's meaningful for them, and they don't want to be ghosted by the employers. They want to have fair pay. I mean, so that's all. We're all very similar on that. But Gen X maybe more is on LinkedIn. Maybe they're going to networking events, kind of eh, going through their network where you may be looking more on other social media platforms for your
Yeah.
job.
Maybe Instagram, maybe TikTok. Sometimes you see
Yeah.
an ad somewhere for something that then leads to something, right?
Mhm.
We still use networking and we still use LinkedIn, but there's a lot of other options out there besides those kind
Right,
of
which I think
standard things.
which I think that we're still more going to maybe that's companies we know and going to their careers page and, and looking more like a one-to-one where you guys are going a little bit more looking for multiple jobs at the same time on these platforms.
Exactly. And I think also, a bit more flexible in the sense of maybe a title or things like that as well.
Mhm.
If it aligned and you can transfer skills and it's not the exact title, maybe that's okay versus you may want the title that you're looking for.
Exactly.
Mm.
And it's like experience, like it's the same thing. You maybe don't have enough experience for jobs where we're being told we have too much experience. So there doesn't seem to be so we each have an experience problem, but just on opposite ends of the spectrum when we're
Right.
looking
And
for
I
jobs.
right. And I think also experience, but also the kind of the aspect of culture, right? Many of us grew up and came into the workplace during or just maybe before COVID, and everyone was remote. Nobody went to the office. Now
Mhm.
everyone's still working home or on some kind of a hybrid schedule. And I think there's just the lacking kind of, you can kind of hide behind your Skype or your Teams, and there's no walks down the hall together. There's no, you know, d- d- lunches at the
Right, the
whatever
cafeteria.
that's called. Yeah.
Now,
Um,
that remote has really changed so much because when we started working or entering the workforce, you really kind of had a mentor. You had somebody at work that was really mentoring you and did take you to those lunches and did kind of introduce you to other people where in the remote environment, especially during COVID, it was very difficult for you to have that same experience.
yeah, and you have to kind of find that either internally some way, somehow, or find it outside of the workplace.
hmm I agree with that. But what about like communication methods? Because Gen Z may not be phone first, maybe more
Right.
Slack first, where, Gen X is more, let's just pick up the phone and let's work this out, not 10 Slack
Exactly.
messages.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm a fan of, 10, 20, 30 slacks back and forth versus a meeting again for
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, but it's too stressful. I don't know when to use punctuation. What's going to offend Gen Z? Do I exclamation point? Do I put dot, dot, dot? I don't know.
Do I do hi Christine, hi Kevin? Do I don't?
Do I not? I mean, what does it mean? It's too stressful. I just pick up the phone and talk to you.
Exactly.
But
So I think that
yeah, but at the end of the day, we all want the same thing.
we all want a job, we all want a paycheck, we all want some kind of meaningful,
Meaningful work.
impactful work, and and it's something that's going to kind of move the needle in our careers.
Yeah.
Um, and we can all have fun doing it together. So stay positive, stay engaged, and be friendly.
Sounds good.
I'm going to say following the old way of doing things and no.
I don't like old ways. Don't say a different word. Don't look at me and say old. More established, maybe. I don't know, but no old.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Don't air quote me old. Okay, going on. The better way. I'm in a
Cool.
better way of doing things.
Okay, let's